The nation bids a final adieu to Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat and his wife Madhulika Rawat. Amidst this grief and pain, the pyre was lit by Rawat's daughters. Over 800 military personnel, including chiefs of armed forces and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, attended the funeral, paying their homage. Here's a detailed report.
It's a farewell that he would probably have chuckled at. But it was one befitting for the man he was. This was how the men and women of India bid him goodbye. The mortal remains of India's first Chief of Defence Staff and his wife in a gun carriage. Travelled amidst a sea of incredible public adulation to the site of their final journey. Amidst the grief and pain, the military conducted itself with incredible dignity and precision, bringing General and Mrs. Rawat into Delhi's Brar Square crematorium. The sight of the two caskets, adorned with flowers and the flag, a painful reminder that a tragedy that's still sinking in is really true. After a wreath-laying ceremony, which saw admirers and friends from India and across the world joining the top military and defence leadership, it was for the grieving family, the couple's two daughters, Kritika and Tarini, to bid their father and mother farewell. And in a final act, the country's first Chief of Defence Staff and Mrs. Madhulika Rawat were consigned to the eternal flame. These images emblazoned on the minds of the family and every Indian. The first couple of the Indian military, vibrant, warm, full of life, and with so much left to do, have bid this world farewell. With Aishwarya Paliwal and Mohit Sharma at Brar Square, Bureau Report, India Today.
Some news just coming in. An update on the crash that killed 13, including General Bipin Rawat. Positive identification of mortal remains of Lieutenant Naik B. Sai Teja and Lieutenant Naik Vivek Kumar have now been done. Mortal remains of both have been handed over to close family members this morning. A short while ago, efforts to positively identify remaining mortal remains continues now. Manjeet is getting asked more details on that story. Manjeet, this morning some news as far as the two soldiers are concerned. Some solace, at least some closure, because this was a big challenge to identify the mortal remains. Now, at least for the two Lieutenant Naiks, Lance Naiks, this has been done and the bodies have been handed over to the families.
Well, the identification of total 6 personnel, including 4 Air Force and 2 Army personnel, completed, and the mortal remain will move by Air Force after the last side. And the wreath-laying led at this hospital, including the junior warrant officer Pradeep. His mortal remain will reach 11 a.m. at Surur, and the wing commander D.S. Chauhan, his mortal remain will reach Agra by 10. And the junior warrant officer Das, his mortal remain will reach Bhubaneswar by 1 p.m. And the last night Vivek Kumar mortal remain will reach Ghazal at 11:30 today. And the other 2 army personnel identification of the mortal remain, including last night B. Sai Teja and the Vivek Kumar, who was the personal security guard of the Chief General Bipin Rawat, has been also done by at base hospital. And their mortal remain have been released for close family members in this morning.
All right, Manjeet, thanks for getting us up to speed with our Manjeet Negi with those details. After 15 months long agitation, the day of farmers' Ghar Wapasi has arrived. From 9 a.m. onwards, the Samyukt Kisan Morcha, the umbrella union of various farmers' union, will conduct a victory march and head back home. As we speak, farmers are packing their tents and bags at Singhu and Tikri borders. At Ghazipur border, Rakesh Tikait has said that one lane of the border is going to be open tomorrow, and by December 16th, the entire border would be free. On Thursday, the SKM had announced the agitation had been suspended following the centre's promise of fulfilling their demands. However, farmers have warned that they will return if centre backtracks from its promise.
नवंबर 2020 में दिल्ली के बॉर्डर्स पे किसान आंदोलन की शुरुआत हुई और उसके बाद एक लंबा गतिरोध चला सरकार और किसान के बीच में। ये गतिरोध 3 कृषि कानूनों को लेके था। सरकार और किसानों के बीच 26 नवंबर के बाद बातचीत बंद हो गई और ऐसा लगा कि शायद आंदोलन जल्द खत्म नहीं होने वाला है और पूरा 1 साल बीत गया। लेकिन इस बीच हुआ क्या? इस रास्ते में ये जो जीटी करनाल रोड है, यहाँ पे कई सारे बिजनेसेस थे, 2-3 मॉल्स थे, पेट्रोल पंप्स था। उन लोगों को भी एक कोलेटरल डैमेज बनना पड़ा इस आंदोलन का। हमारे साथ कुछ बिजनेसमैन हैं। अब जब किसान आंदोलन खत्म हो गया है तो उन लोगों की दोबारा से उम्मीद जगी है कि शायद बिजनेस दोबारा शुरू हो जाएगा। लेकिन इनसे समझते हैं कि आखिरकार इनका नुकसान क्या हुआ है। सर, आपका नाम क्या है, क्या काम करते हैं?
मेरा नाम राजेंद्र सिंह है और मैं यहाँ ओम सर्विस स्टेशन सिंघू बॉर्डर पेट्रोल पंप पे मैनेजर हूँ। और नुकसान की बात करें तो पिछले 1 साल से हमारा काम धंधा बिल्कुल जीरो के बराबर है। ऐसा कह सकते हैं कि उसके अलावा हमारे को लॉसेज इतने हुए कि सैलरी देनी पड़ी सारे बंदों की। बेशक हमने हाफ सैलरी दी है लेकिन फिर भी दी है। उसके अलावा हमारे बहुत सारे खर्चे थे जो हमें जेब से देने पड़े, जैसे बिजली के खर्चे हो गए।
अब जब गतिरोध खत्म हो गया है तो क्या उम्मीद है कि क्या अब उम्मीद बन रही है कि वापस से बिजनेस ठीक होगा?
हाँ, उम्मीद तो सब बन रही है। उम्मीद के ऊपर दुनिया कायम है।
क्या इस दौरान कोई कर्ज भी लेना पड़ा आप लोगों को?
कर्ज सर, सैलरी नहीं मिल रही, क्या करें बताओ, क्या करें। बहुत हमारा घर का मतलब कैसे चला रहे हैं।
निश्चित रूप से ये जो भी नुकसान हुआ है ये गतिरोध की वजह से हुआ, जो सरकार और किसान संगठनों के बीच था, साल भर चला और उसका कोलेटरल डैमेज सिंघू बॉर्डर के इस पूरे स्ट्रेच पे जो अलग अलग बिजनेसेस थे उन्होंने भी पिछले 1 साल में बहुत बड़ा कोलेटरल डैमेज पे किया है।
ये धरना जैसे शांतिपूर्वक था, जैसे हम शांतिपूर्वक बैठे थे, जैसे ही सरकार हमारी सारी मांगे पूरी कर लेगी हम ऐसे ही शांतिपूर्वक यहाँ से चले जाएंगे। क्योंकि ये जो धरना था ये किसी का निजी धरना नहीं था, ये पूरी दुनिया में बैठे हुए किसान भाइयों का धरना था जो पूरा हो चुका है। मोदी सरकार ने हमारी मांगे पूरी कर लिया है तो हम शांतिपूर्वक हम यहाँ से चले जाएंगे और बिल्कुल जैसे पहले था सब कुछ नॉर्मल ऐसे ही हो जाएगा।
Prime Minister Modi is going to be inaugurating the crucial Saryu Nahar water project in UP's Balrampur, which will benefit nearly 29 lakh farmers over 14 hectares of land. With just 3 months to UP elections, the Prime Minister's Purvanchal power play is in top gear. Let's take a look.
It's the return of Prime Minister Modi to Purvanchal, his 4th visit to the crucial Uttar Pradesh area in the last 2 months. With less than 3 months to go for the all-important assembly elections, Purvanchal power play is in top gear. Prime Minister Modi's first pit stop will be Balrampur, where he will inaugurate the Saryu Nahar National Project. A project that was incomplete for 4 decades has finally been finished in record time of 4 years. It will ensure irrigation water to over 29 lakh farmers in eastern Uttar Pradesh.
जीता जाता है, फायदा है, नुकसान कोनो नहीं है। अब जहाँ पानी कट गया ना कबो कबो तहाँ नुकसान होता है।
350 किलोमीटर बड़ी नहर और 6,600 किलोमीटर इसके ब्रांच नहरें बन रही हैं, बन के पूरी हुई हैं, जिसके माध्यम से किसानों को, पूरे इन 9 जिलों के किसानों को बहुत बड़ा लाभ प्राप्त होगा।
The Prime Minister will head next to his home constituency of Varanasi on December 13, unveiling the renovated and redesigned Kashi Vishwanath Dham. The grand ceremony will be live streamed at 51,000 different locations across the country. The Prime Minister is expected to stay in Varanasi the next day as well. The PM will then hold a rally in Shahjahanpur on December 18.
मैं इस पूरे कार्यक्रम को यहाँ के माननीय जनप्रतिनिधियों के साथ ही यहाँ की जनता जनार्दन को भी इस पूरे आयोजन के साथ आमंत्रित करने के लिए आज स्वयं शाहजहांपुर में आया हूँ और मुझे विश्वास है कि कार्यक्रम नई ऊंचाइयों तक छुएगा।
Prime Minister Modi's visit comes after he unveiled 9 medical colleges, Purvanchal Expressway and the Jewar Airport in Noida last month. It is clear that the BJP is pushing its Vikas pitch ahead of polls. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now in an exclusive conversation with India Today, poll strategist Prashant Kishore has hit out at the grand old party, the Congress party. He said that after 1984, Congress has not won any election on its own, and Congress leadership has also failed in 90% of elections over the last 10 years. He said that Congress needs to elect its chief democratically and it should look out of the family and pass on the baton to someone else. Without naming anyone, he's also launched a veiled attack on Congress leader Rahul Gandhi. He said in one tweet, one press meet, one candlelight march will not be defeating the BJP. He's also said that Congress leaders should take the blame for losing elections and relook at the formation of the UPA from its core. Speaking on the opposition without the Congress, he said an alternative to Congress is possible. He added opposition needs a face, a narrative, and then it should build arithmetic around it. On BJP, he said Indian politics will be revolving around the saffron body for the next few decades. He's also listed out Prime Minister Modi's strengths. He said, contrary to perception, Prime Minister Modi is a good listener and he listens to all. He said Prime Minister Modi can second guess what exactly people want.
I'm saying let it be decided democratically rather than someone just saying that XYZ would be the president. Congress's decline is a recent phenomena. Actually not. Congress last time they have won this country was in 1984. After 1984, for your viewers, it's very important to understand. After 1984, Congress has not won a single general election in this country. I have been in talks with Congress leadership since last 2 years. Most of these leaders or those who are feeding media, they are not even aware. But those things are not important. What is important is, yes, the fact is, I was in conversation with Congress. I must tell you, I almost joined Congress. So there was not that much disagreement. But for few issues on which we realized that they're coming together, rather than it is of being of help, it could be counterproductive for both.
Omicron cases continue to increase across states in India. The country has now reported 32 total cases of the mutant variant. Maharashtra alone has reported 17 cases, followed by 3 in Gujarat, 9 in Rajasthan. Out of the 7 new cases in Maharashtra, 3 from Mumbai and 7 from Pimpri Chinchwad Municipal Corporation, 4 have been vaccinated. A 3-year-old is also amongst the infected. None of the cases are severe and are mostly asymptomatic or have mild symptoms. Health Ministry in its address on Friday advocated strict use of masks to prevent a new wave, adding that there was no immediate plan to authorize vaccine boosters as yet. Well, that's a wrap on this bulletin. For all news and updates, do log on to our website. That's indiatoday.in. You can also download the app. Thanks for watching.